Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Final Down NFL podcast with me, Jim, Finn, Punk Raider, and Denver Dave. We're top NFL boys. How we doing?
It gets harder and harder to think of something interesting to say other than, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Just checking in.
claw at something else.
I've got to
I'm
say,
I'm I'm in the process of trying to pick the team that I'm going to support for the rest of the season.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh,
this is fun.
I feel like we could have a listener competition going on.
yeah, put a
If you
poll
want,
up.
Hello,
if you want to
Yeah,
continue the
it's not going to be
depression,
the
you can come to
Browns. So
Seattle.
Who are the
Chiefs,
contenders?
make
I'm
him the
not. I'm
Chiefs
not.
fan.
I'm not looking for trouble. I'm looking for a new team. I'll probably go with my Super Bowl pick team from the pre-season, but who knows?
No,
Who knows?
I like the Lions, not you. Be a Ravens fan, just for shits and giggles. It'd be good for
Just,
the
just,
Oh,
just,
podcast.
Oh,
no,
that
just,
is
no,
a
no,
great
no.
shout.
It'd
just
be
to
good
make
for the
it spicy.
podcast. Yeah.
I could do. I could
That'd
do.
be a great shout.
I'll keep thinking about it for a week or two, and then I'll
Punk
make my choice.
Raven. There
Punk
you go.
Raven. Oh dear.
Works perfectly.
Yeah. Not sure.
Jim's
Punk
not too
Panther.
keen.
The Punk Panther.
Nah,
No.
No,
it's a
move on.
daft
No,
idea.
I like the Raven idea.
We're here to talk about the Week 9 picks. Before we do that, we always go through the Week 8 wrong-uns. There were a few in Week 8, unfortunately. There were 3 games where all 5 of us got it wrong. Thank you very much, Mike, for coming on and doing the picks last week. But yeah, 3 games, all 5 of us got them wrong. The Vikings-Rams, we all thought the Vikings were going to be able to beat a weakened Rams team. They weren't weakened
Still
as we thought.
calling it shenanigans from the Rams. They
Yes,
deliberately listened
they
to
lied
the
to us.
predictions pod and thought, you know what, we're going to screw them all up.
The Ravens-Browns, how do you lose to the
Mm.
Browns? But there you go, they did it. And Jets-Patriots, well, we thought they could at least beat the Patriots, but they could not. So that's
Tough ask.
-3 for all 5 of us there. No games where 4 of us got it wrong. There was one game where 3 of us got it wrong. The Bengals-Eagles. So Punk, Dave, and Finn, 3 people on my screen, they all got it wrong. Mike and me picked the Eagles, and Mike doubled down. So the people do get a double down win, and that is their first double down win of the season. So congratulations. There were 3 games where 2 people got it wrong. The Cardinals-Dolphins. So Punk and Mike picked the Dolphins. That didn't work out by 1 point. Bills-Seahawks. Punk and Dave picked the Seahawks. And Punk, you double down on the Seahawks. I double down on the Bills. So I get
Cheers.
double down points. You do not. And then
More for me.
the Commanders Bears. So me and Mike picked the Bears, and if it weren't for Tyreek Stevenson, then we would have been right, but we weren't. So Commanders get the win there. Punk, Dave, and Finn get the point. And 2 island games. First up, Falcons Buccaneers. So Finn, you picked the Bucks, and you doubled down on the Bucks as well, just to
Gotta
be
keep things
spicy.
Spicy. Yeah.
You're keeping them very spicy. Yep.
Well, someone has to.
Cayenne pepper hot, yeah. And the 49ers Cowboys. Punk, you picked the Cowboys, which allowed Dave to double down on the 49ers.
That's the habanero of picks, that is.
The Carolina Reaper of picks, that one. What that does is it means that Punk, you went 9-7.
It was
for the
dreadful.
week.
Absolutely dreadful.
That is bloody dumb. Yeah. Finn, you went 11-5. Dave and Mike went 12-5 with their double downs. I went
Excelente.
13-4 with my double
Of
downs.
course you did, yeah.
Oh,
You count
Convenient.
them up. I lost.
Picks.
Count them up. It
Counted the
means
Steelers twice again, didn't he?
Yeah.
it means that in the official table, Dave is still somehow winning with 90 points. I've clawed about 1 point to 87 in second place. Finn has 83 points. Punk has 75, and the people now catching up with 68. So that is week 8 done.
I'm going to have to
Very
start
well.
pulling out some 16 and O's, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
You're gonna have to have more
You're
islands
just waiting
than
for the
Sweden.
perfect comeback story. That's all it is.
That's it. That's it. We're only halfway through, lads. Plenty of
What we
points
need,
to play for.
what we need to do from now to the rest of the season, Jim, ask him first, ask Pump Raven first, and we'll just match his picks just so he finishes last. I mean, it's cheap, but
Well,
I'm down.
no, I think we won't do that to him. I think he's suffering enough anyway as a Raiders fan.
Well, there's
Ravens
nothing stopping
Are
me.
there,
Yeah, no
is there
biting,
a short
sorry.
list? Is there a short list of contenders then for this new team you're going to be supporting?
Ravens.
Well, no, there's no shortlist as yet. I'm perusing my options,
Ravens.
so
Exploring the market.
we'll
Well,
let
as
you
I was
know
aware,
in
there
a
should be
couple
no
of weeks'
options.
time.
You pick the
When the
Raiders, that's it
choices
for
be
life, right?
made, you'll know. You'll know.
I reckon it'd be quite obvious.
Do you think? Do you think it might be? We'll see. We'll see.
So on to week 9. It's time for a new person to step up for the people. And we have our very own Commander Paul. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Just
You
coming
are.
down from Sunday, to be honest.
Yeah.
Literally, just
Well,
coming down from Sunday.
there were rumours that if that last play hadn't happened, then you weren't going to come on the pod. So
Well,
I'm
come on,
very
this is
happy
the
for
fourth.
you.
This is the fourth time, and the other 3 times we were utter crap. So it's quite nice to come on and be lording it over everybody else.
Can you clear up something that occurred on the last pod? Now, we know that you were running around your living room trying not to make any noise, but were you nude or were you wearing clothes? Can you clear it up, please? Because we need to know.
You'll
When we say clear it up, clear it
you'll
up.
have to wait for my end of season video highlights.
Can't wait.
Yeah. But if Punk,
Sponsored by MeUndies.
yeah, if Punk hadn't tweeted me, stop running around your living room, I might still be there. I probably wouldn't have made work on Monday. So thanks, Punk.
No, it's very good to see you on a 6-2 record. I'm also on the 6-2 for the Steelers. So yeah, it's good to see 2 quality teams getting some love.
Absolutely.
What are you shaking hands
irrelevant, Jim.
for?
Cool your
Back in your
jets.
Completely
Cool your
irrelevant.
about the
jets.
Steelers. No one cares about the Steelers in this conversation.
Well,
Good you're keeping up with Washington. I mean, that's good
I
to
know,
see.
yeah. Someone's got to. We've got 15 games to pick here. So thank you very much for coming on and picking for the people. We're going to go through, ask you which pick and why. And there is going to be a chance for a double down at some point for you to pick. Bearing in mind, we might veto it, of course. We're going to start with the Thursday night game, which is the Texans at the Jets. So, Paul, as our esteemed guest, who are you picking, mate, and why?
Well, this isn't difficult for me. This is the Texans all day long.
Okay.
I'm confidently standing by my pre-season of not buying into the Jets fairy tale. They're an utter car crash, so that will continue. Mixon 100-yard game, which will also help my ailing fantasy team as well with any luck.
Preaching to the choir there, mate.
I know, I've seen.
Oh, we all know about his fantasy team. Dave, who are you picking?
Now, on the app that we use, it gives a win probability percentage.
It does.
And the Jets are at 54%. So the only
Yeah.
question I've got is, can I double down on the Texans?
Not if we all pick the
No.
Texans.
Which I think I know what the answer's going to be.
Yeah. Is anyone going to pick the Jets? Let's ask that question.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. You are.
Even a car
Not
crash
again.
burns some people.
Get
And
in. Double down on the Texans.
And the Texans have not been great, as we've discovered.
They're better than
Although
the
they have a
Jets.
6-2 record, they've not been great. The Jets have been dreadful. They've been absolute dumpster fire, which is exactly why this is the type of game on a short week on Thursday night when everyone's written them off. They're going to suddenly come alive and win a game. So I am picking the Jets.
Punk,
Mad,
are you okay?
Mad, bad and dangerous
I've
to
got a
know.
lot of numbers to catch up here, so I've got to start.
I like it. Yeah.
Mad
You have
stuff.
to win stuff to actually gain points, right? So this doesn't work if you're losing all the time.
Oh, this will work. Trust me.
I feel
Sounds like
there's
it's an island for you straight
There's
away.
a lot
then.
of islands coming up.
Oh my God. Okay, we're going to move on to Sunday, and let's do the Cowboys at the Falcons. Finn, who are you going for?
I am going with the Falcons in this.
Right.
Just don't trust the Cowboys. I think Dak's going to give up 5 picks.
Just the 5. Okay. Okay. Dave.
What Finn said.
Okay, Falcons. Paul.
I am loving the Dallas Cowboys 2024.
I'm sure you are.
You don't hear the words Dallas and Cowboys without the word reeling, which is just beautiful to me. This has got Falcons all over it. I think they'll get an early lead and hold on to it. Kirk will like it, so happy days. In fact, I'm going early, if I may, because I don't know what this week's rules are. If I can double down on the Falcons,
You can double down if someone else selects the opposition.
Oh,
And so it
The
depends
running
if
out
you
of
rules change
chances
each
here.
week.
Are you going
Oh,
to
well,
get any
that
change out
forget
of
it
Jim
then.
or,
Oh,
Well,
or the
I'll,
Punk
fam?
I'll
picked the
take it back.
Cowboys last week, didn't you, Punk? So, and they lost to the
I
49ers.
did pick the Cowboys last week, and they came fairly close to beating the 49ers.
Not really, though.
I don't think I can do it this week, though, with the Falcons. Maybe, maybe with some brown envelopes coming my way, Paul. I don't know, but no, Falcons for me. I think
Trapped
I
me
can't see
dancing.
the
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Cowboys doing
Paul.
this one.
Sorry, Paul. I wanted to double down the Falcons as well, but there we go.
Probably
Um,
minds.
yeah. Well, Sleeper had them at under 60% win rate, so win percentage. Let's do the AFC East matchup of the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. I could probably be quite quick on this one. Is anyone going to go for the Dolphins?
Me.
Dave.
Oh,
Can I
Yeah.
double down on the Bills,
Yeah,
please?
no,
Yes.
no, that's my double
yeah,
down.
let's all double down.
Yeah, crack
Let's
on.
talk about the Dolphins then.
I think the win. There you go. That's some in-depth analysis for you.
No, you've got to tell me why you think the Dolphins are going to win this.
So I think the Bills flatter to deceive. I don't think they're as good as they think and we think they are. Bearing in mind that I was highest on them in pre-season this year, out of all of us. But something just tells me that Dolphins are playing a bit angry. And I don't know, I just little something inside me reckons that the Dolphins will come over in this game.
An angry dolphin is still cute and adorable. So
You wouldn't say that if he's holding his flick knife. Telling you.
how is it holding a flick knife with a fifth? Oh my! Anyway,
2 fins.
all right. Who's doubling down the Bills because of this
Yeah, go on
goober?
then, if we can. Yeah, I don't see it. Bills D will have a field day. Dolphins are flat as anything. I'm doubling down if I can. Happy days.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to double down as well. At home,
cheers,
Gonna
Dave.
hold out.
at home against the Dolphins, I'm taking that all day long.
Because you lot are doubling down, I will avoid it and go for something else.
Okay, fair enough. I've got to protect my double down streak. So there we go.
Well, don't pick the Bills then.
You absolutely should. So next game then is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cincinnati Bengals. Dave, who are you going for?
Coming to me again.
Yeah, why didn't it come to you
Um,
first last time?
Trying to
You just
pad
jumped
because
in.
I was writing down what the double downs were and I wasn't paying attention. So which team did you say?
Raiders at Bengals.
Raiders at Bengals.
Oh God, Bengals! Jesus Christ, I'm not that crazy.
Oh, okay. Finn.
I love that.
I'm
Didn't
also
ask a
going with the
reason. Just
Bengals.
accepted it. Didn't ask a reason.
I can't be bothered to ask you every time for a reason, Dave. There's clearly not a reason sometimes.
Listen, you don't need to know this. It's fine.
Yeah, Bengals for me.
Mm.
But if it feels like again they should win, but it really wouldn't surprise me if they lose this game.
Right. Paul.
So I heard someone describe this game as the Battle of the Bombs, which had me. I thought that was very apt.
Yeah,
they're both. I met a lot of Cincy fans last year, and apparently the locals are revolting against Taylor.
They certainly are.
But I think they've got enough here. I just can't see the Raiders having enough offensive pieces to hurt even that defense. So Bengals for me.
Let's ask Mr. Delulu himself. Punk, is the Raiders going to win
Neutral.
here? Yeah.
As a neutral in this game, I
Yes.
can see a world in which the Raiders win this. However, Gardner Minshew's probably playing quarterback, so he's going to fumble it 4 times at least. So
Yeah.
no. We're going Bengals.
Afraid it's a sweep then for the Cincinnati Bengals. As bad as they are on defense, they're better than the Raiders on offense. So then we've got the LA Chargers at the Cleveland Browns. So Punk.
Oh, nice easy one to pick.
Yeah.
Low scoring, definitely. Oh, Jameis Winston. So we're going to get a few bombs. Chargers defense will probably come up with a couple of interceptions, but can they score off those interceptions? I'm tempted to go Browns, but sensible head says the Chargers, so I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Okay. Finn?
I'm gonna go with the Browns. I think they'll be flying high after their divisional win against the Ravens. I think the Chargers are going to come up with a few big stops, but I don't trust the Chargers to score every time they have the ball. So I'm going to go with the Browns. And as Punk's gone Chargers, I'm going to double down.
Oh my God.
On the
Doubling
Browns.
down on the brown, a double down brown.
I like to keep things spicy, unlike you, Jim, who just tries to actually get points.
That's why you're last.
I'm here
Oh,
for
I'm
fun.
sorry.
Well, I'm not last actually.
I
He's
think
not last.
that's the people.
Yeah,
Say it
whatever.
quietly, but
Ouch.
Well, he's ahead of you as well, Punk. So yeah.
yeah, well, everyone's ahead of me this season. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Doing worse than my fantasy team.
Anyone think the
Stop
NFL sent me the wrong script?
stop picking the Jets. It'd be a good start. Paul.
I feel exactly the same as Punk. Do you know what? If the people were top of the league, I'd be going the Browns. But
Mm,
I feel the weight of responsibility, so I've got to put the people on my back,
yep.
go with a sensible pick, and I'm going to go the Chargers as well.
Dave, are you picking the Chargers or the
I'm picking
Browns?
the Chargers because I refuse to pick Cleveland until they stop harboring sex offenders in their medical tent.
Yeah, it's a good plan. Good
Mhm.
plan. I'm also going for the Chargers, but I can't pick every AFC North rival. So yeah, picking the Chargers in that one. And also
Knowing
the
your
Browns had their
rules,
Jameis bump.
well, knowing your rules, you'll probably double down on this game as well. We know how your
Is,
scoring
is
He
that
goes.
just
how
gives
it
himself
goes?
5 points for the original double down. That's all
He's
it
up by
is. He
three
doesn't double
points and
down
he's still
himself.
whining. Oh, Jesus,
Jim got
typical
one.
Broncos fan.
Carry the one.
Let's do the Patriots at the Titans. Wow. Paul, who are you going for here?
I can't believe they're actually going to go ahead with this game. But so I'm going with the Patriots, right, for two reasons.
Right.
This is going to be Brissett versus Rudolph, isn't it?
It
Which
might be
just
May. It might be May. They're saying he might be healthy.
oh well,
It's
yeah,
probably
that
going to
adds
be a
to
combination of all four quarterbacks. Let's be
brilliant. Well,
honest.
that really adds to the appeal, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
look, I saw Brissett last year move a really crap team around the field, so he can do it.
Mm.
And two, I love that Lions hangover stat. Have you seen that? That teams, the last few teams that followed have played the Lions have gone 0-5 the following week.
Oh.
So I'm going with the Patriots based on that.
Okay. Punk.
I think Ramondre Stevenson's about the only player that I trust in this entire game, so I'm going to go Patriots as well.
Finn.
Yeah, I'm going Patriots as well. It's definitely going to be a
Ooh.
low scoring affair, but I think the Patriots are going to edge it.
Dave.
I agree with what everyone said, but as well as trusting Ramondre Stevenson, I would also throw in Christian Gonzalez because he is legit.
Mm.
But yeah, going Patriots. Titans suck.
Patriots. Away. Well, it's 6 million Island then because I'm going for the Titans at home to get a win over those Patriots.
Puts me four ahead.
We'll see. Then we've got the Indianapolis Colts at the Minnesota Vikings. Finn.
Colts at Vikings. I am going for the Vikings.
Even on
Jumping
Pumpkin
around,
Watch.
that's a 1:20 a.m. game. Thought you were doing an order of time.
Yeah, you completely throw me there.
Yeah.
It's not 120.
Yes.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh, they shifted it, didn't they? They flexed it.
You should use the app. We said
Yeah.
this.
Bollocks.
Poor Jim.
I was definitely not stalling,
No, that's
I
but it
fine.
was.
also adds a little bit of suspense
No
because
one's going the Colts. Come on.
Is anyone going for the Colts?
No.
Oh, this is the
No.
Vikings get right game, isn't it?
They deserve to lose this game, the
Win.
Colts. What they've done to Anthony Richardson. My sweet boy.
He's had a fair old shot of doing it himself.
My sweet, beautiful boy. Okay, so the next one, it's the NFC East matchup, if you can call it that, of the Commanders at the Giants. So, Dave.
Commanders.
Okay, good.
Giants. I mean, Giants are Giants. The Giants, aren't they? Even though it's a divisional game, one team looks really good, the other team looks, like the Giants. I can't give anything in depth about this. Sorry.
Punk.
Daniel Jones is in his 32nd month of not throwing a touchdown at home. So, yeah, Commanders for me.
Finn.
If that run goes on long enough, it might end up being a nevermore because
Yeah,
it's not going to be there too much longer.
no.
would be some stat.
What are you doing?
Commanders for me. Nice
Yep.
and easy.
Sounds like it. I'm not even going to bother asking Paul. I don't think Paul.
Well, all I'm saying is this is the fourth time I've been lucky enough to do this, and this is
Yeah.
the first time I'm ever picking Washington to win.
Paul, I've got two
so-
words for you, mate. Reverse Uno.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
No, it doesn't work.
it
It
doesn't
worked
work.
once.
No,
It's a sweet.
I'm going us. Yeah, we owe them. They used to sweep us all the time, so
Yeah.
we owe them, and I hope we do. I hope we stuff them into the ground. To be honest.
Absolutely. Next up, then, it's the NFC South matchup, in air quotes, of the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. Punk.
Saints at Panthers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I almost feel like this should be just put with the Patriots and Titans and binned off, and someone just flip a coin and make the score up.
Yeah.
Carolina have lost Deontay Johnson, so they've got even less weapons than they had before.
hmm
No, I'm going to go with the Saints. I think even if they just give it to Alvin Kamara 37 times, they'll score enough points with him running to do it. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure how or why, but I'm picking the Saints.
Fair enough. Dave?
I've seen firsthand how bad these two teams are. It's like entering the two Neville brothers in a beauty contest. And New Orleans are more of a Gary than a Phil, so I'm going to go New Orleans.
Right. Okay. Paul?
Can I just say, not everyone from Bury is ugly.
Never said that. I'll be honest, I didn't even know the Nevilles were from Bury. I
Well, there
weren't
you
even
go.
sure they were human.
Me,
So,
the Nevilles, Mandy Dingle.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, that's my competition.
You're not helping
Anyway,
your
listen,
competition.
the Panthers are garbage. The Saints are less garbage. Saints.
Finn?
What everyone said.
Hang on.
Because there's
How
nothing
many,
else to
how
add.
many, how
Mandy
many
Dingle?
NFL,
What?
how many NFL podcasts shout out Mandy Dingle?
He'd be a good linebacker.
Oh my word. Well, it's a sweep for the Saints in our picks then. No one's going for the Panthers. I don't feel good about that one, to be honest, but they're both terrible. So then we've got the Denver Broncos at the Baltimore Ravens. So, Finn, let's go back round this way.
Let's keep it quick. Ravens.
Paul?
I'm going Ravens as well, but I think the betting line is really quite generous. The Broncos. It's -9, isn't it? I fancy Ravens, but I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Broncos here. I think Ravens, but they won't cover the spread.
It's 2, 5, and 3 teams. Punk?
Go on, be brave.
Is this one that I can get spicy on?
Let me
They
go.
lost to the
'cause
Browns.
Go on, you go.
Let me
You
go
go.
because it might help you. If Baltimore are up by a score at the end of the first quarter, the Broncos don't have a chance because I don't think we can come back on them. If we keep it
You can't.
close up to half time, I think then we'll win. But I'm not sure if we
Okay.
can keep them out in the first quarter. I think Derrick Henry will probably get triple figures. So I'm going to go Baltimore, but I agree with Paul. They won't cover the spread.
I think I agree. I think the Ravens just have too much on offense, and the Broncos just don't have enough. So yeah, no spiciness. I'm afraid I'm going Ravens.
Yeah, I think if this was in Denver, I'd be tempted to pick the
Maybe.
Broncos, but I've got to pick the Ravens, unfortunately, on that one as well. 9:05, we've got, I think, the Chicago Bears at the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not sure about anything anymore. Bears at Cardinals. So, Paul.
This was the toughest one. This, I think. I think the Bears are a really talented team, coached really badly.
Yeah.
And I like what the Cardinals do on offense, but I really don't like what they do on defense.
Okay.
So in those kind of games, it's tough, isn't it? Cardinals at home in the desert. No, do you know what? I'm going to go with the defense. I think the Bears' defense will have enough to keep them out. So I'm going Bears.
Bears. Okay. Dave.
Arizona go good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, I think. That's what it feels like anyway, so I'm going to go Bears.
Okay.
And Bears only lose to good teams, in fairness.
Oh, so buttering up our guests.
Listen, man, I was hot on, it sounds really weird. I was hot on Washington before the season even started, so
I
they're a
remember.
good team.
Finn.
Do you want a real reason or the fact that I just not going to pick the Cardinals?
Both. Pretend. Make some up quick on the spot. Bit of
Have fun with
improv.
Something up.
But
I just think if Bears can go back to having a
No.
balanced
Make it up,
offense, they'll have
but
it.
make it like a Phil makeup, like they've got the second tallest team in the league or something like that. So make some nonsense up that Phil
yeah,
makes.
you don't have to
They've
do
got
that, Finn. Don't be bullied by Dave into doing something silly.
okay.
Right?
Sorry, I'll just sit and be
He's not
quiet then.
picking the Cardinals.
No.
Punk, how about you?
I am. I'm picking the Cardinals.
Woo!
I think they've got the offense that the Bears, yes, the defense will get a couple of stops, but I think that Murray to Harrison combination is starting to really bear fruit. I, I'm not sure. After watching the Bears last weekend, I'm not sure their offense is good enough. Yes, the Commanders' defense played pretty well, but the Bears just don't excite me in the way they do you lot. So yeah, no, I'm going Cardinals.
You are on an island, sir, because I believe that the Bears
Beautiful.
are going to be quite annoyed about what happened to them last weekend, and a severe dressing down of Tyreek Stevenson should mean they were properly focused for the full 60 minutes on that game. So 9:25, I can see two games here. First of all is the NFC North matchup of the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. So, Punk,
For me,
spicy boy.
this could be the game of the weekend.
Mhm.
I think if you listen to our previous pod, I mentioned my fears around the Lions peaking too early. But if they're peaking too early, then this is the game where they absolutely blow their wad. So for me, it's the
Phrasing.
Lions. If anyone goes Green Bay, I'm going to double down.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, there's
Uh,
one question you normally ask me when Green Bay are at home. And the answer to
Well,
that, by
what's
the
the weather?
way,
The weather's
is
been 20 and
13.
normal.
The
Yeah,
answer is 13 degrees, but
yeah.
apparently there's going to be lots and lots of rain. And
So
Jared
oh,
it's
Goff
a
don't
good
like
running
rain.
game.
He doesn't like rain, so I'm going to pick Green Bay. So you, my friend, can double down.
Marvelous. Thank you very much.
Double down.
wow.
teamwork.
Okay. You get to double down the Lions. That's crazy. Someone gets to double down. Okay. Right. Finn.
It's Jared Goff outside, man.
Yeah, but it's Jameer Gibbs and Dave Montgomery, and that Lions
Yeah.
running game has been
Do you know
killing.
what? You're right. I'm going to change my mind, so you can't. No, I'm not. I'm joking.
Woohoo!
Late, it's already in the book.
We can undo it.
No.
Lions for me, far too much weaponry on offense, and I think the Lions just going to absolutely dominate the Packers.
I agree.
Any dissenting opinion there, Paul?
No, I mean even if Love was fully fit, I'm not even sure what the status is for him. To be honest, no. Lions for me as well.
Okay. So yeah, it's an island pick for Dave. Bloody hell, Dave.
It's worked out well for me so far this season, by the way. Island picks.
Hmm.
Stats don't lie.
Anyway, we've got a couple of games left. The other 9:25 game is the NFC West matchup of the LA Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. Paul.
Bloody Seahawks cost me last week. I'm
Hmm.
fuming with the Seahawks.
Don't trust the
you,
Seahawks.
you very kindly sent me a clip of the Daniels of the Daniels clip with the Celine Dion music, which was lovely.
Yes.
And I presume you sent one of the Seahawks offense to Finn with the Benny Hill theme tune. They're just infuriating.
He's too young to know
me.
what Benny Hill is, I think.
I think I might
well,
leave at this point. I might go make a drink.
Oh no, I'm just getting going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
was
back in.
so
I'll be back
angry
in
with
half
the
an hour,
Hawks last
chaps.
week. So I backed them last week at home, and I'm not doing it again this week. But Rams are a different proposition, aren't they? With Nakua and cut back. Seahawks to get a bit better, can't get any worse. Rams for me.
Okay. Dave.
I can't go for the Seattle Shambles, so I'm going to go for the LA Rams. I think they just look more effective as an offensive unit. And that Rams offense against the Seattle defense, the way that they're playing currently, it's all on the Rams.
Punk.
Oh, the hat's gone backwards.
Oh,
Is he
here
going to
we
be brave?
go.
I
Oh,
mean,
I don't remember a time where the Seahawks have lost 4 at home in a row too often, apart
Mm,
from
Just wait
in
till
the
Sunday.
80s when they only had Steve Largent as a decent player.
yeah.
Jesus.
They were enough of a shambles last week that
And the week
you
before.
really shouldn't be backing them. But this Rams defense is not good at stopping the run. If the Seahawks can get Charbonnet and Walker going, I think they could pull it out the bag. I don't trust them to, but I'm going to risk it and I'm going to pick the Seahawks.
The only way
Oh,
they're going to get going
bloody
is if I
hell.
rest him. If I rest him in fantasy, that's the only way it's going to get going.
Please do.
If you want to be a legend, just sit on my bench.
If they get more than a yard of carry, then. Right. So, Finn.
Did you see us last week?
Yeah, I did,
Rams.
yeah.
Yes.
Not even
El
reverse
reverso
anymore.
uno.
He's reverse
It's not,
Unoing
I'm
it.
not even trying to reverse you know. It's just a show. Rams.
Apathy.
Oh. Well, it's an island pick then for Punk yet again. Yeah, I mean, Silks lost 4 of the last 5 games. Rams popped the Vikings bubble last week, so it's difficult to pick against those Rams. So yeah, I did mention the Jags Eagles, which I was having earlier than this original scheduled time. So Jags Eagles. Is anyone picking the Jags?
Well, this is the start of their Super Bowl run.
Yeah, the guy in the
True.
five-a-side is
Mm.
going to pick the Jags.
Hmm.
If the
But is
Jags were
anyone here going to
home,
pick the Jags to beat the Eagles?
if
Oh,
the
no,
Jags
not
were
home.
home, I'd pick them.
Yeah.
But as they're
I
away, I'm
wouldn't.
gonna have to go Eagles. I'm not even joking about that as well. Eagles are nowhere near as good as they think they are.
Hmm. Yeah, but the Jags aren't good either. So, all right, it's a sweep for the Eagles. There's one more game. It's a Monday night, and it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Paul, play us out. Who are you going for in this one, mate?
Oh, well, this could have been really interesting, couldn't it? But
Could have.
no Godwin, no Evans. Sadly, the Chiefs continue. We all know they're not an unbeaten team, but it'll continue this week. Can't back against them, sadly.
No. Finn.
Yeah, the same Chiefs. They just find a way to win games. And Bucks are going to miss some key players.
Punk, you're neutral.
I can't.
He's not a neutral.
Oh,
He's
it's not. If it was in Tampa, I might risk it, but it's in Arrowhead, so no, I'm going Chiefs.
okay. Dave.
So, Chiefs win this week against Tampa.
Yeah.
The game afterwards is against the Broncos, and they get
They'll win that
stuffed.
as well, then, won't they?
They get stuffed so badly they get PTSD and they don't win for 2 years. I'm telling you,
That'd be
it's
nice.
going to happen. Listen, I'm not as daft as I look, but they win this week.
Oh. All right, so you're going for the Chiefs.
Yeah, one for the refs.
It's a sweep then for the Chiefs. So that is it, all 15 games, because the Steelers, who are 6-2, just like I predicted on by a bye week.
Oh, there was no need for that.
What? And also the 49ers, 4-4, just like no one had predicted. I had 5-3 for the 49ers.
Sorry, does that mean
Preseason.
Washington are going to have a better record than Steelers next week then?
Well, if
Yes,
you
it
win,
does.
yes,
Oh,
yes, by virtue of the fact that you've had your bye week, haven't you? Well, you've not had it yet. Sorry,
No,
you've-
not had it yet. No, no.
Oh, well,
Interesting.
there you go. If that's how you count wins, I guess.
After the 20 years I've had.
Well, do you know
It's-
what happens
I mean,
after
it-
next week, Paul?
Go on.
Steelers play the Commanders.
Wow,
Oh, I
the
think-
Super Bowl preview. Yeah.
Well, put it this
Could
way,
be.
because
Could
of who
be.
Jim's picking, we're all going to be able to double down on Washington that week.
True.
Yeah.
True. Paul, thank you so much for coming and doing the picks, mate. It's always a pleasure to get you on for the 4th year in a row, and hope you do really well for the people. They deserve it.
Thank you so much for having me. And boys, thank you again for all your efforts with this. It really does add to something with the season, listening to it. Really enjoy it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, mate. Always a
That was aimed
pleasure.
at me, by
Cheers,
the way,
mate.
not
Thank
you.
you.
Of course.
We'll see you soon, Paul. Take care.
Take care. All the best. Ta-ra.
Cheers, man.
Bye.
See you, mate.
So there are the picks for week 9. All that's left to say is that I hope everyone has a great weekend. And maybe some of my AFC North picks aren't coming right, but there we go. Can you hope they're not going to happen? And we'll be back next week. So in the meantime, if you've got this far through the pod, then definitely make sure you go into patreon.com/funneldown and liking and subscribing and commenting and doing all the things that you should be doing to help push the podcast forward. Because, it's up to you as well, guys. It's not just up to us. It's up to you as
Yeah,
well
get off your arse, you lazy
to do some
bastards.
work. Yeah, we got to put you to work.
I'm not sure if berating your audience is the best tactic, but
I'll try everything, Dave. I'll try the
whatever.
carrot and the stick over here. Don't worry.
Easy. It's a family show.
Wow.
What?
You lot fill in the blanks.
Before I do. So until next week, I've been Jim, that's been Finn, that's been Punk Raider, that's been Never Dave. Thank you very much for listening.